Okay, so we need to talk about Desmond Scott, because what I'm about to tell you is absolutely wild. And honestly, the more you hear, the worse it gets. So here's what we know. Desmond Scott allegedly got his side chick pregnant. And we're not talking about just one baby here. We're talking twins, 2 whole children, outside of his marriage, with someone who is decidedly not his wife. And suddenly, Kristy's divorce filing starts to make a whole lot more sense, doesn't it? Because infidelity, that was named as the final straw. That's what ended this whole thing. But listen, it gets so much messier than that. Let's rewind for a second. Because if you've been following Desmond and Kristy, you know they weren't just some random couple. These 2 were high school sweethearts. Like, they've been together since they were kids. They grew up together. And over the years, they built this whole influencer brand around being the perfect couple. You know the type, relationship goals, hashtag couple goals in every caption, the works. But now we've got a secret pregnancy, outside babies, a divorce. And here's the kicker. This wasn't some accident. This wasn't a one-time slip-up or a drunken mistake. Because insiders are saying this might have actually been intentional. Yeah, let that sink in. So in this whole mess, we're gonna break down a few things. How exactly did these twins expose everything? Why did Kristy really decide to walk away? And here's the wildest part. There are insider claims floating around that Desmond planned this whole thing just to get out of the marriage. Because once you know all the details, the divorce starts to look very, very different. I mean, let's just sit with this for a second. Desmond didn't just cheat on Kristy, he had twins on her. Twins! With another woman. So yeah, Kristy packing up her stuff and leaving, that makes perfect sense now, doesn't it? The whole situation is chaotic. It's embarrassing. It's messy in the most public way possible. And fans are absolutely stunned by how off the rails this has gotten. Because here's the thing, these 2 were together long before they ever got famous on social media. Their relationship felt genuine. People really believed they were the real deal. Like, if any influencer couple was gonna make it, it was supposed to be them. So the question everyone's asking is, how did it fall apart this badly? How do you go from high school sweethearts to secret twins and a public divorce? What happened? Well, according to insiders, and take this with whatever grain of salt you want, Desmond was tired of the influencer life, tired of performing. He wanted something more normal. He wanted a relationship that didn't feel like content all the time. But here's the problem. When both of you are making money off of being a couple online, how do you just escape that? You can't. It's not that simple. Your entire income is tied to this image. So according to these same insiders, the side chick, she gave him peace. She gave him normalcy, things that apparently Kristy wasn't providing anymore. And here's where it gets even messier. There are rumors that this wasn't even his first time cheating. Like, this has allegedly been going on for a while. In fact, some people are saying it was kind of an open secret within their circle that Desmond had been cheating quietly for years. And Kristy, she knew, but she chose to ignore it. She tolerated it. She looked the other way until he got sloppy, because the pregnancy, that was the breaking point. That was the line she couldn't ignore anymore. And honestly, good for her, because Kristy refused to be a stepmom in her own marriage. She wasn't about to raise his outside kids while pretending everything was fine. So she filed for divorce immediately. TMZ confirmed that infidelity was listed as the reason, and from what we're hearing, there's no chance of reconciliation. None. This is done. Now, interestingly enough, not everyone was shocked by this. Longtime followers of theirs, a lot of them had been expecting infidelity for a while. The divorce didn't come as a total surprise to everyone. Social media users started connecting the dots pretty quickly once the news broke. Like, people had been noticing things were off. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Desmond and Kristy are Jehovah's Witnesses, and in that faith, divorce is only allowed for one reason: infidelity. That's it. No other reason is accepted. So some members, when they really want out of a marriage, will cheat intentionally just to give their spouse grounds for divorce, because otherwise, you're stuck. And this adds a whole new layer to Desmond's actions, doesn't it? Because now we're getting into the really wild part. An anonymous source is claiming that this pregnancy wasn't an accident, that Desmond allegedly did this on purpose to force Kristy to divorce him. He knew she'd never agree to a divorce otherwise, but an outside baby, twins, that would do it. That would give her the ground she needed and the reason she couldn't ignore. And then Desmond put out this public apology that honestly just raised even more eyebrows. He admitted that by late 2025, he wanted separation. He said he made choices he wasn't proud of. He took responsibility, kind of, but the way he framed it, it was very careful. He hinted that the cheating was part of ending the marriage, like it was almost strategic. So this insider is saying he knew an outside baby would end things, which raises a pretty dark question. Did he even want these babies? Or were the twins just a means to an end, a way to make the situation irreversible? And listen, the people I feel worst for in all of this, the babies. These kids are already caught up in adult drama before they're even born. They're being used as pawns in a messy breakup, and nobody wins here. Nobody. So now people are divided. Some believe Desmond was desperate, that he felt trapped and didn't know any other way out. Others think this was fully calculated, that he knew exactly what he was doing. I mean, this relationship lasted since they were teenagers. They've been together for years, but fame changed everything. And honestly, fans had been noticing for a while that Desmond seemed checked out. Like, his laughter in their videos looked forced. He seemed disconnected, uninterested. His heart just wasn't in the influencer life anymore. You could see it.
Kristy, I'm on the phone. That's impossible! Look like the headless hood rat. These songs get up. A battery make a roll down.
It's literally so rude.
Now, some fans are also throwing criticism Kristy's way. They're accusing her of selfish behavior, doing outlandish pranks just to provoke reactions, making content at Desmond's expense. Basically using him for views. There are people saying she was rude to him, especially when he'd do kind things, like cooking for her, making her a plate, stuff like that, and she'd just brush it off, act dismissive. So allegedly, this relationship had been unhappy for a while. Desmond wanted to leave earlier, but Kristy didn't want to let go. She didn't want it to end. And maybe part of that was because their couple image was a major income source. Staying together benefited the brand. Breaking up meant losing that. But the twins forced an ending that couldn't be avoided. Here's another weird detail. Desmond isn't even fighting the divorce. He's letting Kristy keep the new house. And Kristy posted on Instagram, same address, like making it clear she's staying put. And then Desmond liked the post, which just adds to the mess, honestly. So now Desmond's about to be a father of 4. He's got the twins on the way, and he already has kids with Kristy, and people are asking serious questions about what kind of father he's going to be to these new babies, because he's been hands-on with his existing kids. He's present, he shows up, but the situation with these new babies, it's different. The circumstances are different, and it raises doubts, and that's kind of where we're left. There's no clean ending here, no closure, just mess mess, just discomfort, and kids who didn't choose any of this chaos. So here's what we know for sure. Desmond didn't just cheat, he destroyed everything. Outside babies, twins, zero chance of reconciliation. Kristy chose her boundaries and walked away. But honestly, I think there are still more details we don't know, more things that are hidden, because this story, it doesn't feel finished. It feels like we're only seeing part of it. And I don't know about you, but I have a feeling this is gonna get even messier before it's over.